A lot of people have been asking me about consuming dates in their diet. Many are worried about, the sugar content, and others like the idea of using it as a natural sweetener, but still worried about the sugar. So today I want to give you the real truth about dates, especially if you're a man over 40, you're concerned with your prostate, you're concerned with blood sugar, glucose spikes, you're concerned with your energy, you're concerned with your testosterone, you're concerned with your vitality overall, all right? So let's break down the science of dates. Dates come from a date palm tree used for about 6,000 years or so, in the Middle East. They're prominent in the Ayurvedic medicine culture. Yeah, they're packed with nutrients, 100 grams of Medjool dates give you about, 7 to 8 grams of fiber, 500, 600 milligrams of potassium, 50 milligrams of magnesium, give or take. Got some vitamin B6 in there. And you got some powerful polyphenols, that act as antioxidants in your body. So overall, these compounds fight inflammation, balance your nerves, balance DHT levels, testosterone levels. Those two, DHT and testosterone, control prostate size and libido, all right? And dates are, natural form of rich sugars, glucose, which fuels your cells, boosts your mood, without the crash if you eat them properly. But here's the thing, dates are like sugar bombs, right? One date can have like 15, 20 grams of sugar. One date, 15, 20 grams of sugar. So if you're pre-diabetic or you're inflamed, overweight, eating dates alone by themselves will spike your insulin and can worsen your hormonal balance. Too much sugar, triggers nighttime urination and prostate swelling. Exactly what we're trying to avoid here. Right? However, don't get excited. Here's how you can eat dates smartly. 2 or 3 dates. Yeah, 2 or 3 dates. You can, soak them. You could soak them or eat them out the package with raw almonds, pumpkin seeds. Right? You can't eat dates by themselves. You can use them in a smoothie. If you have walnuts or some avocados in that smoothie, but never eat dates alone by themselves, especially at night. Always try to buy organic. And, check for mold. Sometimes there's mold and stuff in there. So, just take a look at it, go through it. Don't buy a huge bag of it, dates aren't bad, You can actually make a very good trail mix with dates. Take 4 dates, dice them up, mix a handful of walnuts with that, a handful of almonds, and a handful of pumpkin seeds. And that's a super trail mix. That's practically a meal by itself. For men over 40, dates can be a healing food or a hidden trigger, hidden danger. You decide based on how you eat it and eat anything else. So if this video helped you to understand the dates controversy, follow for more prostate healing and daily mints health wisdom. And share this video with someone who you think needs more dates in their life.